where me and my amazing 77-year-old mother-in-law will be going through a lovely feel-good fitness prescription. This workout is for all ages and abilities. We've had up to the age of 100. I have lots of people join me on Zoom as well. If you'd like to join me on Zoom, which is wonderful because I can then talk to you all at the end and we have a real sense of community. Just sign up to my free newsletter on my website, feelgoodwithlavina.com. And we're going to make a start. We go through everything from breathing techniques to mobility, balance, stretch, and of course, strength training, which I really want all ages to be doing. We use safe household objects like tin cans, plastic bottles, or if you have weights, please use them. And we show everything seated as well. So this is great for anyone that may be working from home, stuck behind a desk, simple movements you can build into your life, little exercise snacks as outlined in my best-selling book, The Feel Good Fix. So let's make a start. I would love you all just to take a seat first. This is really important because we can then kick in our parasympathetic nervous system, just get us ready for this lovely workout ahead, calm the body and mind. It can be quite stressful sometimes, especially on my end, to get technology set up, get live on YouTube and Zoom. So let's take a mindful minute. And there's lots of breathing techniques in my book. Today, we're just going to do one where we close our eyes, and I want you to just focus on really breathing in through your nose. Ideally, nasal breathing has incredible scientific benefits. Breathing out through your nose or your mouth. You could even let out a big sigh, whatever feels good, and releasing negativity. We're going to try and focus on making the exhale, the breath out, longer than your inhale. So sometimes I count to 3 or 4 breathing in, and we breathe out for up to 6. But we're going to do a nice little body scan while you really focus and tune in to your positive breath. So we're going to breathe in, close your eyes, place your hands on your lap, maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. That's also really nice and comforting. Really deepen the breath, and we're going to start from the top down. So we're going to focus on our head. We're just going to release any tension, even from your eyebrows, above your head, your third eye, relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your tongue in your mouth, bringing a lovely smile to your face. We're moving down the body now, focusing on our shoulders, maybe giving it a few little rolls. We will do lots of mobility, or maybe even a shrug, bringing them up, breathing in towards your ears, and then releasing them down the back as you breathe out. We could do one more, breathing in, bringing them up, and a lovely release. That feels so good. Focusing on the arms, we're just going to loosen the arms. I'm giving mine a little shake out, just releasing any tension. Focusing on the chest. You could place your hands on your chest now and just take a lovely positive inhale, relaxing the body, focusing on our stomach area. Again, you could take a nice deep belly breath, placing your hands on your belly, feeling it expand on the inhale, exhale, releasing on the exhale any negativity, focusing on your back. Just see how it feels. Just send a nice positive breath on all the different parts of your body that are going to be moving today, and focusing on our hips, which can get really tight. Take a nice breath in for your hips, happy hips, and releasing it off. Focusing on our legs now. So the upper thigh, the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings, your glutes. Just breathing in, maybe lifting up onto your tiptoes and doing a big exhale as you drop the feet down, focusing on your knees. You could even have a little bit of touch, give yourself a bit of self-love, a little bit of tapping any of the areas that you feel while you're breathing in, just giving them a little tap. So I'm just tapping my calf muscles, towards my ankles and all the way up. And then just focusing on your feet. We're always on our feet. So just maybe opening out the toes, lifting them up in your shoes, and then relaxing the toes down. So we've done a nice full body scan. Keep your eyes closed, just have a sense check how that feels. That was just a couple of mindful minutes there. When you're ready, just rub your hands in front of you, generate some heat, and then bring those hands over your closed eyes, and then take a positive inhale, keeping your hands there. Just slowly open your eyes, let some light in. How does it feel? Bring a lovely smile to your gorgeous faces. Inhale, exhale, release the hands away. Give me some feedback, some thumbs up on YouTube, drop a comment. Pranam Mummy, lovely to see you. We are matching today in our outfits. So I hope you are all feeling good. Little bit different now, how we're going to move into a bit of movement. So if you're able to stand, I would love you to stand. Standing is always better than sitting if you're able to. If you can't stand, please don't worry. We show everything seated. But we're going to start with mobility. So we're going to actually start with some nods. So we're lifting our chin up and bringing it down. So really lengthening the neck. Inhale and exhale. Like nice big yeses, positive yeses. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to make them into a no, turning from right to left, just looking over your shoulder. All the time we're thinking about keeping our back straight, our stomach muscles in through this workout. So engaging your belly button in towards your spine, so you're working those stomach muscles. And we're going to do my desk reset snack, which is from my book. I'm just going to move this rug slightly that way, Mummy, just so it's not in the way of my feet. There we go. We're going to do the desk reset snack. So what is the analogy of a desk? Some of you already know it on Zoom. Bringing your shoulders up, back and down. So it's like the shape of a desk, up, back and down. So hopefully from here we are now nice and tall. We're going to fix that. You can use that any time of the day, that little exercise snack. And we're going to try and start marching a little bit. So as we march today, seated or standing, we're going to add in some arm circles. So we could bring one arm back and the other. Please stand up if you're able to stand. This workout is for all ages and abilities, but by standing, you are using more of your muscles. And you know I'm all about how we can improve our longevity. That's it. If you want to keep marching, you can as well. So this is a great way to get your steps in from indoors. This is really easy just to sprinkle in to your day, little exercise snack movements that we can build in any time of the day. If you're sitting for too long, let's rotate the arms forward now. So I'll demonstrate seated. We do have care homes, we have workplaces using these workouts. Like I said, so many of us are stuck behind computer screens all day in meetings, but you could add a little bit of this just to feel good. How does it feel, Mummy? Good? You're feeling a little bit looser? Yeah. And then if you're able to stand or seated, we're just going to swing our arms around. So obviously if you've got a chair, just watch how far you go. But this is quite a nice release. I'm also just touching, if you're standing, my little opposite leg at the back. So little touch to yourself. Give yourself a high five. Let me give that a go seated. So depending on your chair, just maybe a higher swing. How does that feel, Mummy? She looks so happy because it's a nice little release, right? I hope you're all enjoying this. It just feels free. I love doing this one. I do this when I'm cooking. Sometimes when I'm working at my desk, I'll get up and just do a little bit of this and it feels good. Well done. Now we're going to focus on our steps today with a little technique. I was in the Daily Mail that my mum, who's live with us, Kamud Shah, spotted, and I'd forgotten about on Monday's Inspire section about walking. And we know the benefits of walking. I've written and researched it thoroughly in my book. It's available, you know, everywhere on Amazon. I think it's about half price at the moment if you haven't got a copy. One of the techniques for walking is called fartlek or interval training. So what we're going to try and do is just go a little bit faster, just for 10 seconds, seated or standing. You're going to move your arms. You're going to keep your back straight. You're going to have lovely smiles because I want you to enjoy this movement, and then slow it back down. So what we're doing here is we're testing our fitness levels, our respiratory systems, our lungs, our heart. We want to keep everything nice and fit. Do you feel the difference? So you can keep just marching a little bit slower. And then, shall we pick it up again, Mummy? We'll go for about 10 seconds. I want you to go as fast as you can go. Some of you may be able to go into a jog. Don't worry if you can't. If you can't, you just move your arms and feet as fast as you can, like you're in a little race, and relax. Let's go down. So how are we feeling? It's almost like your heart rate goes up and then you recover. What you'll notice is the fitter you are, the quicker your recovery. And I gauge that by the talk test. So if I'm not able to talk to you, I am really pushing myself. If I'm not able to sing a song, that's a really high intensity heart rate. But if I'm just able to communicate, can you talk to me, Mummy, right now?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
You look very nice in our matching outfits. You good? So she can talk quite easily. Now, Mummy, let's everyone pick up the pace. Last one, we're just going to pick up the pace as fast as we can. Seated or standing. Let's go for 10. Shall we count down, everyone? 9. Count with me. Good. 7. 6. Go, go, go. 5. Little race with yourself. 3, 2, and 1. Relax there. So how are you feeling now?
Yeah, good.
Good. She can still talk, so that's good. It's the talk test, but hopefully your heart rate should be a little bit higher. So what I want you to do is maybe build this in today. When I'm moving through exercises, we have that recovery where you can stop and do nothing, or you could add in a little bit of this interval training. Yeah, you could sprinkle this into your walks when you're walking around the supermarkets or in the park or wherever you go for your walks, or just from the sofa, you could add this in. So with our mobility, we're actually going to start with a bit of hip opener today. So seated or standing. So Mummy, you could just come behind the chairs and hold on. Make sure you've got support if you're able to stand. I would love you to stand so you can do a bit of balance work. We're going to focus on balancing for 10 seconds first, which you know is a great indicator. If you can't stand for whatever reason, you're going to lift the knee up and then extend it out for 10 seconds, keeping those muscles nice and strong. Let's go. Some of you have started. Do what you can. Always have support. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. I think so many of my Zoom community managed that 10 seconds, which is a great indicator for your longevity. And it's a bit harder after we did a bit of cardio snacking, right? A little bit of aerobic training. Let's try the other side. It might be different. Always have support. Again, if you're seated, hold out your legs. You're still working your muscles. Let's go for a little focus. 10, 9. You can just hold it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. I missed that 8, so I was going a little bit slower there. Relax it down. Did you manage it? I would love you to look on my book at the balance snack. It has got different targets for different ages. There's lots of ways you can really challenge yourself. Brushing your teeth on one leg is what I recommend. You've got your sink to support. We're now going to carry on, Mummy, if you want to come up again. We're going to do a little bit with our hips. So if you can stand, you're going to feel this one. It's again another snack that I often use. It's the gate opener. What I want you to do, seated or standing, is try and keep everything still so that the only thing moving is this ball and socket joint on one side as you bring the knee out, down, and then back up, close the gate. It's like opening and closing the gate. Have support, yeah? A chair or a wall, something that's not going to move. Do maybe 3 on each leg. This supporting leg is really building up strength. So this corrects muscular imbalances. Any runners, anyone doing a lot of exercise, balance work is key for young people too. But as we age, we want to reduce our risks of falls. That's why I'm really keen to future-proof, protect our bodies. Great work. Should we try the other side? How does it feel? So you can do this seated. You're just keeping everything still, but you're still opening out the hip joint, yeah? You're keeping that mobile. So this is balance, this is mobility. And by the word mobility, I mean how we're going to stay mobile for as long as possible, but also how we can keep our joints nice and supple. We can reduce joint pain just by little movements that feel good for you, yeah? We're all different. So if there's any exercise you don't like, you pick another one that you enjoy. Let's go into our active recovery. So you could just sprinkle in 5 seconds or so. Hello to everyone on YouTube that's live. This session will be saved for you all and your loved ones. We could go a little bit faster, or we can just take it nice and slow, whatever feels good for you. So we've done a little bit of balance work, which is a big tick for me. We're now going to do a little bit more cardio snacking. So using our heart rate. And I've got a new move, Mummy. So this is a bit of coordination to keep our brains fit. I'll come a bit forward. We're going to do a clap as one heel comes forward and back. So you're bringing your heel forward. We're clapping, opening out. How does this feel? Good. A bit of coordination. You should feel a nice opening in the chest. And then that clap is what you all deserve, because you're amazing doing this workout with me. You deserve a big clap. You could go a little bit faster. How do you like this one? Can you feel your arms working yet? Yes. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Relax it down. Have a little shake off. I felt that. Did you feel that in your arms?
Yes.
Brilliant work. So to keep our brains fit, because you know I'm all about how we can reduce risk of common chronic illnesses. Dementia is so prevalent, especially in women. So we could do a little clap to keep our brains fit. We could do the same move again, but shall we try clapping at the top, Mummy? So heel touch. So that heel touch is a nice little movement for the leg. I'm trying to coordinate it now. Good. I think we've all got it, especially on Zoom, the ones I can see. Well done. Let's pick it up if you want. Good work. How does this feel? Good? And 5, 4. Good. 3. Count out loud. And 1. I say count out loud because when you're challenging your brain to coordinate the movements, have a little breather, a rest, you are also doing something else for your brain. It's like when I go for a walk, I listen to a podcast so that my brain has to work while my body's working. Here, I'm trying to get you to just count, and also I hope you're feeling more engaged. Pretend I can hear you, because we are all one big feel-good community. I can see lots of my participants on Zoom. Well done and relax. How are you feeling? Tired or okay?
Okay.
Good. Okay, we've got another new move today. So this is a bit tricky. If you're worried about balance, please do this seated. If you're good at balance, please stand up, because this is a good one. So we're going to reach our arms up. We're going to have fists in our arms. We're first going to practice this bit. We're going to really pull the elbows down, like a bit of force. Up, inhale, exhale down. Good. Inhale and exhale. How does that feel? Really nice and powerful. Reach up and down. So you should start feeling it in your back. Up and down. Good. This reminds me of something. Is it like a... it reminds me of something. Is it like Maasai warriors from Kenya? Or is it something to do with old Indian traditions? Someone will have to tell me on Zoom or YouTube afterwards. So that could be the move for you. Otherwise, I want you to now lift up, lift a knee up, and then down. Good. Up and down. That's it. Mummy's got it already. Up and down. Lovely. Seated or standing. Standing, you're getting balance work in. So core tight, back straight. Yep, always stay by a wall or support if you need to. Can you feel this? We're really, exhale. Let go of any tension. Let me show you from the side. My knees high. I'm using my stomach muscles now. If you keep them tight, you're lifting the knee up, especially your lower abdominals, as we come up and down. Is it hard to coordinate? Lift up, knee and arms and down. Lift your knee up. I'm watching my mum on Zoom. Brilliant work. Well done, Taruna Auntie, Vinu Uncle, Ayush Auntie, Lal Uncle. We've got Ambuja Auntie. We've got loads of you on Zoom. Varsha, lots of you. Give yourselves a little clap, a little shake. And Taylor. We've got Chansing, Purnima Auntie, Rekhan, Pravin, Rupesh, Shobna. Woo! So many of you. I hope I haven't missed anyone out there. Relax. Did you like that new move? Yes? So think about the moves that you like. You can march it out here. What are you going to take home as a bit of fun homework today? Could it be this interval, speed walking, and then a little relax? Could it be the claps and the heel taps? Yeah, just to add in when you're watching TV, we could do this now as a little recovery. Or could it be the really power move, up and down? Which one do you fancy? Which one? Oh, she likes this one. Yeah, this is so nice. This feels so freeing and relaxing, especially if I'm on my phone too much or holding computers or typing, it even loosens out all the way to your fingers and just lets the blood flow, the circulation. Yeah, I can see lots of you doing this one. So think about something you can take home away with you that you can practice regular exercise snacking. I'm going to grab a band. If you don't have a band, have a pair of old tights, something with a bit of stretch. A belt or gown tie will do, but I prefer something with a bit of stretch. So if you've got one of these, they're great. They come in different colors, different strengths. We're going to try something new today. So we're going to all sit down. I've been thinking every workout is different. We're just going to put the band against the sole of our foot. So see how this feels. If you don't have a band, do it without. You're going to lift your knee in towards you, and then you're going to keep your hands there. So you've got your arms back straight. Then you're going to try and push the leg out. So my hands haven't moved. Then I'm bringing the knee back in and out. Exhale. How does this feel? In and out. Now you can adjust your tension to get your muscles against a bit of tension. You hold it tighter. Yeah. If it's too hard, you loosen. So bending and up. So mummy, could you bring your knee and maybe a little bit up? There we go. Now push out, but try not to move your hands. So here and out. Maybe it's a bit tight. How does it feel? In and out. Good. So can you see I'm extending? I'm using my leg muscles and out. Okay, let's give that a break. How does that feel? Does that feel good? So if you were to practice here without the band, it's out and in. But can you see my knees quite high here? And it's going extending, so I'm using all the muscles and in. I'm trying to keep my upper body straight, my shoulders back. Yep, so we're holding tight. And my hands, because they were holding the band, you should feel it in your bicep muscles as well. Hopefully you like that one. If you don't, just find another exercise that you do. I'm going to show you from this side now as well. So let's try the other leg. So the band goes round the foot. You're going to hold it nice and loose to start, maybe at the end, or your pair of tights. You're going to keep the hands stuck where they are. They're not moving forwards and back. The arms stay fixed. The knee comes in, and then you extend the leg out. Good. Breathing in and push out. How does this feel? Inhale, exhale. You should feel this around your leg muscles. Inhale, exhale. Maybe your knees, your hamstrings, back is straight, core is tight. Does that feel good, Mummy?
Yeah.
So this is a leg extension that I've invented, a new move that I hope you can practice. This is quite new for us. See how it feels in and out and relax. Obviously, if you don't like it, there's so many other exercises that you can choose from. Seated, or if you're able to stand, please stand up, because this shoulder floss is more effective standing because you get that full range of movement. So all we're going to do is bring our arms up and over. There we go. Try not to hit your partner. I've got a few couples joining on Zoom. Inhaling and exhaling. YouTube, how are we getting on? Now I'm showing you the full version where the arms come all the way back up and over. But if you can't, you just bend them. Maybe you can't come all the way over at this point in time. So maybe over time they will get straighter. And I want you to do this shoulder floss every day like you floss your teeth, but ideally in front of a mirror, because what I see often is sometimes muscular imbalances. So sometimes one shoulder is higher than the other. I want you to check it. You can make it harder by holding the band a little bit tighter. If you don't have a band, even just going up and over with your arms is great. Lovely. Breathing in and out. Can you feel that? So you should feel a little bit of a burning sensation. You're using your muscles. It's the lactic acid around the muscles that might give you that little bit of a burn. Release it off and shake it out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tie the band around our thighs, and we're just going to do some step outs. So there's two options here. Maybe tie it so that you feel when your feet are hip width apart, there's a bit of tension there. Yep, so we're using resistance to get our muscles working now. And muscles are so important to keep us strong, independent, tons and tons of research and benefits for strength training. So what we're going to do is we're going to step out and in, out and in. Now, does it feel tight? Let me know how it feels. If you need to adjust it, you adjust it, because this is going to start working your inner thighs, your outer thighs, your glutes, really keeping your back straight, core tight, shoulders back and relaxed. The advanced version could be standing, coming into a bit of a squat where my knees are staying back, and then I step out and in. Let's coordinate and in. Good. Out and in. So obviously the lower I go with standing, the more that squat position, the harder it is. My back is straight. I'm using this to really imagine, if you haven't got a band, that your legs are like between lots of thick mud and you've got lots of resistance on your step. Can you feel this yet, Mummy? Good. Out and in. Let's go for a few more seconds. This one, if you do this for about a minute, you will be able to feel quite a burn, yep? It's those muscles working, that lactic acid again. And relax. Well done. Okay, so I want you to carefully get rid of the bands. We just did 3 quick band exercises. We always do different ones, so go back to the saved workouts on YouTube. Just circle out your arms. Just maybe give everything a bit of a shake. We're going to go into our main strength now for our upper body. And we're going to start with our push-ups. So I want you to go by the wall. If you've progressed from the wall to your countertop, your table, your kitchen surface, I would love you to. Mummy has varied her grip. So she's now going narrow hands, elbows coming into work. More of these bingo wings under the arms. Give me 10 to 12 push-ups. Now, I don't show them on the floor in this workout because it's accessible to everyone. And wall push-ups you can do anywhere, everywhere. By the coffee machine at work, at the train station, anywhere, even on a bench. So good. Keep it nice and still so you're really keeping a straight line from your head down to your heels. And you're pushing back, up, and in. Good. I could try 1 or 2 on the chair, but it's much lower and it's a much harder surface. So depending on your level, circle out your wrists. How did that feel?
Yeah, good.
Push-ups are the queen of upper body exercise. I'll wait for everyone to slowly come back. Just circle out your wrists, maybe march it out. They're so important because you're using all the muscles in your upper body. It's called a compound exercise. You could do them on the floor, like I said, but in this workout, I just keep it nice and simple for wall. Well done. So we are now going to do a little new move. I'm going to do it without any weights to start off with. We're going to have our hands at shoulder height, so nice and straight, and we're then going to bring our elbows back and towards you. They stay at shoulder height and forwards. So I'm squeezing both arms and forwards. Lovely. Can you see that? Squeeze back. So try and keep your wrist nice and straight, mummy, to your forearm. So try not to bend the wrist. Good. And back. Where can you feel this? Good. Can you feel it on the back muscles? I won't tickle you, but in the middle of your back. So yeah, as I squeeze back, so think about those back muscles and in. Now we've done just body weight to get good form and technique. Straight arms, squeeze those elbows back as much as you can. You're opening out your chest, which gets really tight when we're rounding our backs. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Lovely work. How does this one feel? Relax for a second. Beginners, you can just stay body weight, but I would love you all to add weight. The only way your muscles are going to get strong is by slowly, gradually progressing your weight. Now, tin cans would be perfect, mummy, for you. I have got some 2 kg dumbbells here. I want you to practice this one. Let's try and do 10 to 12 repetitions, seated or standing. Think about that desk reset snack, shoulders back and down. Think about your stomach muscles staying nice and tight, your back straight. Let's go. So forward, squeeze back, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really squeeze it back. Can you keep your elbows as high as your shoulders? Squeeze back, lovely. Inhale and exhale. Keep your wrists nice and straight to your forearms if you're holding weight. Can you feel this? Can you squeeze those elbows together at the back? Really good. Lovely work. Maybe 3 more. I can really feel this new move. 2, squeeze back. Last one, and squeeze and release. How was that? Good. So new muscles that we're working, a slightly different back exercise with your chest presses. We are going to do a little new move as well to target these triceps. So what we're going to do is, seated or standing, I want you to try and push the straight arms back. So they're staying close to my body. My palms are facing back. I want you to try and squeeze and hold the back. Can you feel the muscles and release? So maybe go a little bit slower. I want you to squeeze. I want you to think about all these muscles tightening and coming back. How's that? Squeeze and release. Good. Just body weight is a nice way to start to learn the movement and back. Good. Squeeze back. Can you feel? So my back is staying still. I'm slightly leaning forward just because I really extension depending on your chair. Stand up if you can. One more, squeezing back all the way back. How far can you push those arms back? And release. Did you feel that? So we could use very light weights. I think tin cans would be ideal for this. So we're going to try it with a bit of weight now. Shoulders back and down. If you've got some tin cans or light dumbbells, try it with that, mummy. Let me know how this feels. You okay with this weight, or do you want the pink ones? I think that would be too heavy to start with. So straight arms and coming back. Now I'm adding a hold as I extend, pushing those arms back, opening out the chest and release. Stomach is in tight. Squeeze back. Good. and release. It's easier standing maybe if you're able to, because you've got a bit more space, yeah? Or maybe sitting on a stool might be easier on this one. Squeeze back and release. And 2 more. I can really feel this. And back in. Lovely work. How do we find that? Yeah. Where did you feel those? Backs of the arms? Shoulders? Yeah, good. So this is where I was thinking. Here, your triceps. So just to finish with the tricep, I want you to do the same exercise. You're going to get one weight. A bottle would do one weight that you're going to hold on one end. So you're going to hold it on one end, and I've just cupped my hands round one side. Be careful with it. So my hands around it, I'm going to bring it up and over behind my head. I'm going to bring my elbows close together by my ears. You might be here, so I want you to think about straightening up, bringing the elbows back as well as close. Core tight. The only thing that moves is I'm straightening my arms. Breathing out above my head, coming back down. You're going to keep it nice and slow. So mummy, try and keep your elbows in and together. Lovely. Good. You're using a nice laundry bottle there. Squeezing up and down. Now go nice and slow. Think about the muscles you're working. The mind to muscle connection is the most important thing with strength training. With results, science is showing the more you focus your brain on those arm muscles, the triceps, the bingo wings, the more your results will be. Oh, I can see some of you are feeling it. Have a break if you need to. 1 or 2 more. Go to your level where you can really feel the last few repetitions. It depends on your weight. It depends on your speed of the movement. You could go slow, time under tension, breathing through and whoo, relax. We've done a little bit there to work on our triceps today. So these back of arms, yeah, give them a little shake. My mum on Zoom is, yep, we're both doing the same thing. We could put our hands here and just give ourselves a little bit of dynamic stretching, bit of mobility. Just circling out, how does this feel? And then same the other way. Now I want you to just challenge yourself for one last time to get up and do now your press ups with your hands a little bit closer. They don't have to be touching, maybe just shoulder width. And I want your elbows to come down as you come. So I'm just going to demonstrate, mummy, here. So with this one, you were doing it with your hands nice and narrow. But what I noticed is I want you to try and not bend and then come back. So I want you to come as a straight line and push back. So then I'm really feeling it on the triceps. Yep, try that, even if it's just a few repetitions. So let's all try and do our press-ups. I forgot to show, I'm so sorry, the seated option. You could have your legs nice and narrow, bending at the elbows, pushing against your thighs or the wall. So here I'm coming narrow. Inhale, exhale. So my elbows stay as if they're going to brush the sides of my body. Inhale, exhale. How does that feel? Can you feel that on those backs of arms? Because we've just worked those. Well done, mummy. Really good work. Those are perfect press-ups there. Lovely straight line from a head to a heels. Neck stays neutral. Core tight. Your stomach muscles in. Do 1 or 2 more or whatever works for you. And then give yourselves a clap. Come back and just circle out the wrists. We're doing a lot today. I've written a whole long list of exercises that are key, like the press-ups. Good, well done. Did you feel the difference? Yeah. Harder, right? 2, the one that you know now, we're moving to lower body now. You know what is the most important to me is being able to stand for as long as possible if you can, yeah? Don't worry if you can't. I'm going to show you seated options. If you can, I want you to start doing your sit and stands. If you know how to do them perfectly, start. Maybe you could just do them body weight to start off with. Maybe cross your hands over and place them on the opposite shoulders. Keep the shoulders back. Knees are going out in line with your toes. You're just going to try and stand up, squeeze the glutes, breathe out, and touch back down. Start those while I go through all the levels. Level 1, if you can't do that, is to do a leg extension and come back in. It's harder if you lift the knee up and then extend the leg. And if you add a hold, that's even harder. So you could do that seated. Level 2 is the same foot position, feet just over shoulder width, holding onto your chair, just coming up a few inches with support and back down. Because I want everyone to just try and work the leg muscles whatever way you can. It's going to help your future-proofing, your independence. If you're able to, you're going to join us standing, coming down. I know a few, you've done quite a few, Mummy. Have you counted? Good. Okay, maybe just a few more with me. Knees go out in line with the toes. Squeeze your glutes, your bottom at the top. Breathe out and in. Well done. Have a little break. So how did that feel? I mean, it's amazing because you have to think, rest or just march it out. You could do your little interval training here. You have to think about how much we have to stand up ourselves to get out of the toilet, to get out of the car, to get out of your bed. All these things that we take for granted, but we're thinking about our health span, how long we can live as independent as possible, disease-free as possible. It is hard these days, but this is where this session, just that you're doing this, you should give yourselves a clap because you're investing in your health. Every little bit counts. Yeah, I really want you to know that you're doing amazing just by being here. Next level, so you could do any of those again, is to now add some weight. A rucksack is perfect for sit and stands. I don't even call them squats in this session because I just want you to think every time you're sitting too long, maybe the homework is you sprinkle in some squats, yeah? There's a study showing 10 squats every 45 minutes is equivalent to your blood sugar levels as a 30-minute walk. I don't expect you all to do that because it's a lot of squats, but it's a great way to show how effective this movement is because it's engaging all your muscles, lower body and your core. If you're holding weight, we're going to try and go for about 10, nice and up and down. If anyone wants to make it a full body move, you could hold your trophies up with a shoulder press, but make sure your squat is perfect. Knees going out in line with your toes. You could even do this shoulder press with a leg extension if you're not standing. And down. Good, Mummy. Try and count up to 10 if you can. Feel free to count out loud. 6. Woo! Hold your trophies up or just keep your weight in front of you.
7.
Squeeze. Check you can see your toes. Touch down. Breathe out. Good. You're doing amazing. And 9. My heart rate is going up. Woo! And 10. Great work. So I'm holding, I mean, it's not very as heavy as I'd go, but I'm holding a 6 kg weight here. I want you to think about playing this workout back over time. If you've done my workouts for a long amount of time, could you go a little bit higher? Maybe wearing that rucksack, maybe holding a heavier water bottle, maybe filling up cartons of milk with, empty cartons with sand or with rice or something a bit heavier. Because the more you progress gradually over time, the more your muscles are going to get strong. It's going to help blood sugar management. It's going to help reduce risks of osteoporosis because our bones are linked to our muscles. Sarcopenia, the muscle mass we all feel after the age of 30, but especially as we get older. So we're going to do one last one. We're going to do a nice seated exercise. We're going to put 2 weights. It could be 2 tin cans or 2 water bottles on your thighs. So we're going to try and just keep them on your thighs, see how that feels. So it's a little bit of extra weight. The only thing moving is going to be my knee coming up and down and up and down. But I want you to go nice and slow. Hold your stomach muscles in, because as you really engage your core, I want you to think about the stomach muscles lifting that leg up. There's a bit of weight. Can you feel the difference, Mummy? On your thighs. If you don't like the weight, you can get rid of it. We're lifting up that knee and down. So it's literally resting on your legs. So it's adding extra weight in, yep. Just another new exercise I've thought of. Let me know if you like it in the comments. I'm always trying to make things a bit different so it's fun for you, but also your muscles get challenged, they grow, they get stronger, they get developed. And down and relax. Well done. Are we good? Yeah. And we're going to do a last little finisher before our important stretch. Time just goes. When you're having fun, we're going to do a little bit of stretch. Yep, and we're going to do a bit of boxing. She looks ready. Shall we do a little finisher? So you could bring in the concept I showed you at the beginning of going slow or fast with your feet. You could grab some tin cans or some light weights, and we're just going to punch it out, or maybe no weight at all if you're really tired. But I want you to get rid of any stress, any tension. Let it all out. Let's punch it all away. We're all going to count down from 10, 9, good, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Well done. Even 20 seconds of boxing should lift your mood. You should be feeling good. I can see smiles. You've done amazing work today. We have to stretch, so please do not leave this workout without stretching. We're going to all take a seat. I've got a new stretch to just try out. Feet are nice and wide. We're going to try and keep the feet planted on the ground, and we're going to just rotate your knees towards one side. But I want you to focus on this hips. So it's like a hip stretch. This knee and this knee are almost like a 90 degrees. So can you bring that knee in towards me? Try and keep forward so you're not moving your body with the legs. So let's start again at the middle. Stay nice and straight. Just moving is your knees going out. Now the reason I show this one is because you often do this on the ground. I'm not going to expect you all to do this on the ground, but there is this hip adductor stretch, which is like this. So I'm keeping my waist forward, and I want you to just hold. I want you to just ease out your hips. And we're focusing a lot on hips because they get really tight and they carry your stress, especially when we're sitting for long periods. We hear about hip replacements. Can you feel that? It's a bit different, right? Okay, so don't expect you to do that on the floor, but in case you wanted to. We'll keep the legs wide, and this time we will just reach up and over. And I want you to give me a nice little wave. Maybe look up at the hand, a nice side stretch all the way down and relax. Good. You could do this standing if you have your feet wide. You could bend into one side as the opposite arm comes up and over. Big wave and relax. Well done. We're going to open out our chest. So we're going to try and bring your hands into the middle of your back. Elbows are back, coming towards each other. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice deep breaths. So really opening out the chest muscles. Deep breath. Lovely. 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing there. We're going to do a nice neck. Bring one hand onto opposite neck. Other arm either behind your back or resting down. I want you to just bring a bit of pressure so that you've got a nice stretch as that ear comes towards that shoulder. Nice stretch all the way down the neck. And maybe you turn your head to look down a bit more and relax. And then the other side. Again, nice little stretch here. How does that feel? Relaxing that shoulder, good mummy. And relax there. Taking a seat again, we're going to just bring one knee up towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe rotate out the ankles. Just a little bit of mobility. Loosen it off before you carry on with your day and the lots of things we do. We've got to just give ourselves this time to stretch. It reduces risks of injury. It reduces any soreness other side after any new exercises. Who likes stretching now because they've been doing my workouts? Maybe you never used to stretch, but it's so important, this flexibility, especially as we age and relax. We are going to do a nice feel-good hug. So you could hug yourself. This is something I invented in the pandemic when we didn't have the power of hug. We're going to just take a nice big out. Really arch your back. Stick out. Open out the chest. Round the back as you hug yourself, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone under. Give yourself some self-love. We all deserve it. Rounding the spine. It's like an opening and closing of your vertebra as well. If you've got a loved one, please go and give them a hug. It could be an unexpected hug. Otherwise, this is a big hug from me and Mummy to all of you. Well done, Mummy.
Well done.
Super work. Big hugs all round, and we have my feel-good finish. These are all little exercise snacks in my book with all the science behind them. We're going to take a nice big positive inhale, seated or standing, lifting the arms up, positive inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down, release any tension, negativity, stress, anxiety. All away. Mummy, could you do one in Gujarati for us?
અંદર શ્વાસ લ્યો બધા સુખ વિચારો અંદર લઈ જાઓ બારે શ્વાસ કાઢો બધા અશુભ વિચારો બારે કાઢો.
Thank you. We have lots of workouts in Gujarati on my YouTube channel. If they can help anyone in the South Asian community, please do share. Big positive inhale. This time, capture that positivity. Hands meet at the top. Then bring that positivity down to your heart center. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to thank your amazing body. Have a moment of gratitude. Take a bow. Whatever you managed to do today, you turned up, yeah? Despite all the things that you could have been doing, you've invested in your physical health, your mental health, and reducing your risks of so many chronic illnesses. I'm very proud of you all. Give yourselves a big clap. Well done, Mummy. Please, please share these workouts. This session will be saved under the Feel Good workouts. Give your partner a high five if you, I just saw Binu Uncle and Champo Auntie on Zoom. Well done to everyone. Please share them. And there's also a new playlist on my YouTube channel called Health Tips and Education. It's little short bite-sized videos that I'm sharing about lots of different topics. So if you find that interesting, drop me a comment. Let me know how you get on. Please make sure you're subscribed. And I will see you next week at 10 o'clock. I communicate everything on a special WhatsApp group. So sign up to my free newsletter to get access of session reminders. I'm going to say hello to everyone on Zoom and say goodbye to YouTube. Well done, Mummy.
Well done, Lavina.
Oh, great work, everyone.